it's Sibu's Fair and we're back with another video. What are we doing today?
So this video is going to be a tragic one, a very disturbing video, but we needed to bring light into this situation because kids are dying.
Kids?
Let's just check out this clip,
Okay.
and then you tell me what you think about it.
5 children have died after consuming snacks from a local Spaza shop in Naledi, Soweto. The parents of the children say doctors that examined them suspect rat poisoning as the cause of their death. On Monday, after the children's death, the shop where they bought the snacks from was closed. 9-year-old Monica Setache got home and said she was tired and hungry. When she got food, she threw it all up, and after a few minutes, her complexion started to change. Doctors tried their best to keep her alive, but she did not make it. 7-year-old Isacho Mabote banged the door when he got home. His grandmother opened for him and asked him why he was banging the door. Isacho could not answer but kept saying that he's afraid and he is going to die. When he got food, he threw it all up, and when he was asked what he ate, he was afraid at first, but eventually said he ate some snacks. He died shortly after. 8-year-old Zinhle Masilela got home and said she was hungry. When she got food, she threw it up, and when she got milk, she could not speak when her family was asking what she had eaten. Her face changed into a purple color, and her hands was falling. That's when they knew they were losing her. 9-year-old Garabo's aunt was on her way to assist Isacho's family when someone told her that Garabo was throwing up. When she got to the house, Garabo was lying on the floor, unresponsive. He passed on soon after. 7-year-old Njabulo Msimango's mother, Otlotleng Msimango, said she was devastated. She says only the boy, who is still in hospital fighting for his life, can tell them what has happened. The boy's name has not been disclosed. On Tuesday, the 8th of October, residents of Naledi in Soweto were protesting against local shops.
So what are your thoughts on all of that?
Oh my goodness. This is very tragic. And you know what's sad about it is that this is not the first, not the only cases. And it's starting to become, we're starting to see more and more cases coming up to a point where you kind of can't help but to feel like it's deliberate. Like there's an agenda behind this.
Yeah, that's a very sad thing, and it's difficult to talk about because now kids are involved.
Yeah.
Kids are dying.
Yeah.
And something needs to be done before more children get affected and more children die. So
absolutely.
Right now people are outraged. They closed down the store.
Yeah.
And this triggered a whole thing where people just went around Spaza shops, closing them down, inspecting them, just checking if the food is fine and everything like that.
Affordability is a thing. We know affordability is a huge thing in South Africa. And people are buying from the Spaza shops because they can't afford. Like the Spaza shops end up becoming much more cheaper, so they could buy, more things in terms of groceries for their family with less money. Kids, it's the closest thing around. If you have 5 rand or something and you want snacks, you can go to the shop. It's a local shop. So they have to be able to trust the local shops. You know what I'm saying? And now it's so one must happen. There's no way to avoid that. So it's somebody needs to step in and make sure that, like you're saying, they're regulated.
So that brings up an interesting topic about this whole debate that people have been having in terms of xenophobia and foreign nationals and all of that stuff like that. So a lot of the Pan-Africanists, they argue that people who are xenophobic or Afrophobic, they just hate black people and all that kind of stuff like that. And they always bring up the argument to say is why don't these South Africans show the same amount of hate towards white foreigners and foreigners from other places, but African foreigners, they're always the first people to always get that kind of hate and stuff like that. And this is why. So the poor get affected by these people.
Yes. Hence it's the poor mostly crying.
Yeah.
because they are being directly affected. It's hard for you to complain about something that's not directly affecting you. Look at the shop owners, the Spaza shop owners. Now we're going to be told that we're xenophobic towards, Ethiopians, Pakistanis, Somalians that are, are they going to also single themselves out? And we can't change the fact that it's them that are owning the shops. You know what I'm saying? We're not hating on the hustle itself, but your hustle is endangering people.
So people get radicalized by African foreign nationals because they are being directly affected, like you say. They're directly affected by them. So that's why they are usually the main focus when it comes to deportation and all this illegal immigration stuff, because most people are directly affected by the African foreign nationals, not the European ones or the digital nomads or whatever. They are there, and yes, they have their own problems, but people don't focus on them because they're not directly affected by them.
Absolutely.
Like that. So now, again, like, okay, if you're Pan-Africanist and you're watching this, just think about it like this. Somebody's child died, right? And then you come along and tell them that they're just hateful because now they've been radicalized by the actions of like these foreign nationals, which have led to the death of their children. They are now angry, and now they want a solution, and they want to prevent this from happening again. So now, if somebody comes through it like that and is radicalized and is angry and wants to do something about it, you coming in and saying that there's xenophobic
is insulting
or Afrophobic because of that, you're not empathetic. You're not thinking about them, and that's the thing. That's my main problem with these people, is that they don't empathize with victims. Even the whole Chidima thing,
because it doesn't serve the movement.
Remember Chidima's case as well, when they found out that Chidima's mother took somebody's identity. They never empathized.
They didn't care about that person who suffered.
They didn't care about them.
Like, there's so many of these cases, and it's like, because you just want to be kumbaya and all nicey, you're not empathizing with the people that are being affected by these problems. And it's like, honestly, I get it, we can be all brothers and sisters, but not at the expense, not at the expense of our livelihoods, because then that's just stupid.
When you come across this person in the street protesting and has been radicalized by this action, what are you going to say to that person to console them and say that, no, stop hating on these people after they've just lost their child?
Absolutely.
What are you going to say?
What are you going to say?
Just think about these things.
Absolutely.
Like, this is a very extreme example, but these things are happening, and now these people are radicalized.
What are you going to tell that mother?
There are other issues like human trafficking and scamming and all of that stuff. Those people have been radicalized as well. There's a lot of radicalization happening here. But again, because you want to ignore the issues that these foreign nationals come here with,
and just jump to
dismissing and hating and all of that stuff like that, it's gonna brew up, and then you're gonna have again another problem like we had before in like 2009 when we had those xenophobic unrest and all of that stuff like that. So again, all I'm saying is that we need to address these issues. I haven't heard one Pan-Africanist come out and say that, okay, now we need to stop this, or we need to regulate these people, or we need to arrest them, or
come up with solutions to stop the fact that people are getting.
They don't come up with solutions. It's just stop hating. Stop hating on these people. I feel very sorry for the parents, man.
I do too.
Just think about losing your child in that manner, where you just see them just over a short period of time get sick and then pass away, and then there's nothing you could have done about that. And then now as a parent, you're just stuck with this hate that you have and all these things that you could have done to prevent this, and now you just become radicalized, and now you're gonna want to do something about it, and then you're gonna be called hateful and xenophobic.
I feel like as a country, we really also have a duty to improve ourselves. Like, we really need to improve ourselves. How things are.
Well, something needs to be done, and hopefully at first, like, there needs to be stricter regulations around Spaza shops. Like if something like this was to happen again, like people should be punished, people should be going to jail, people should be getting deported and all that stuff. Like the parents need to get justice for their children passing. I haven't seen or heard that anybody's been arrested. It's just stores have been closed, and people have been put into hiding and all that kind of stuff like that. But there needs to be like actual punishment.
Justice.
Yeah, actual justice for the parents, because somebody's child is dead. Somebody's child is gone. And there needs to be justice for that.
Absolutely.
And then on top of that, we need to regulate, and we need to actually be very more strict on documented foreigners and undocumented foreigners. Like if you're undocumented,
because how are you gonna hold someone undocumented liable for anything?
Yeah, if you're undocumented, you cannot run a Spaza shop. You shouldn't be able to do that. But it's happening right now. And then when these things happen,
like
you can't hold them to
are
account.
Undocumented.
Now you can't hold this person accountable, because now you can't find them. If they just disappear, they're gone. You have no means of finding them. You have no means of even reporting them to the embassy or the country that they come from, all that kind of stuff like that. There's nothing you can do. If they disappear, that person is gone.
It's gone.
And then that's that. So something needs to change. Otherwise, this is going to continue to happen, and then there's going to be more. There's going to be more animosity in like the townships and all these places where this is happening, and then something's going to happen, and then people are going to become violent, and then they're going to just start killing these foreign nationals. They're going to start killing Spaza shop owners,
and that's going to be popped all over the news.
They're going to retaliate, and then they're going to be seen as hateful. They're going to be seen as people who hate like other people.
It won't
Forgetting
be
what happens.
They are doing this as a result of this and this and this.
So yeah, it's very sad. I feel very sorry for the parents and the families that have lost these children. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And I hope they get justice for what has just happened to them. But anyway, you guys just let us know what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah, let us know.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.
And keep watching. Goodbye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.